Hey, Green Machine friends and fans of fun, we have a lot to discuss, I think, this week. There is a lot going on. First of all, I don't know, we have precious metal D20s, so if you want to up your game and really impress people, come by and visit for that. Other things we got going on, of course I get on camera and now I'm drawing a blank. We're going to try and expand some YouTube stuff and maybe do a little bit more. I've written sort of a sketch. We might try our hands at some sketch comedy stuff. And then, you know, we can have multiple channels on our YouTube channel, so we could probably do like maybe a gaming review thing and maybe like go over a few comics and like some extra bonus stuff. But ultimately, you guys are the source of ideas for a lot of stuff. So what direction do you want to see us grow as? So give us comments or come into the store and let us know what you would like to see more of on our YouTube channel, and we will try and cater to you. What else is going on? Do we have a sale? We have a 50% off back issue sale still going on, I think, until Friday. Yep. Till Friday. And then we have the Milky sale, and that's if you want to take our receipt and go to Milky Boba. They will give you a 20% discount, and it is delicious. Come try it. And you can bring their receipt to us, and we will give you a 20%. Is it 20%? 10%.
Sorry, we can't match it.
Oh, 10% discount. Sorry, 10% discount. We can't quite match it. But it does, a couple good things happened this week, and I'm not going to put them out there and make them public, but it feels like we might be turning a corner finally. So, fingers crossed. But the store is where we're finally able to sleep a little better right now. So, that being said, we are still a little tight on comics for the end of January, or for the end of February, until about March. So if you want certain titles, it would be best for you, it would behoove you to come in and set up a pull list, because we can't guarantee your copies if you're just going to show up on Wednesday and pick through, or Saturday and pick through what's left. Like, if you really want the good stuff, let us know what you want. In the meantime, let's just jump right into it. The first book we're going to talk about is one that was just absurdly cool, I have to tell you, and that is Taylor Molina, Benedetto Poggi, and Creel, and that is the Immortal Hulk Great Power. Now, there is a lot of good in this book. The art, first of all, is amazing. It really does feel like the Immortal Hulk. And then if you can't tell from the cover, oh, that's Spider-Man with Hulk powers. How does that happen? Do you hate when you wake up in the middle of Manhattan and you don't know what happened and somebody's borrowed some of your powers? That sucks. Yes, so it's awesome. There are tons of jokes. I'm not going to spoil them for you, but I really wish I could because I want to talk more about it. It is a one-shot, but it's very, very touching how it got wrapped up at the end, and it makes sense. I mean, if you know Spider-Man and Hulk, they do have a little, quite a bit of history, I should say, and it gets a little deep and meaningful at times, and that's sweet. Granted, he doesn't have a lot of history with the Immortal Hulk, the new Devil Hulk, but yeah, you just need to read it and find out. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's almost my pick of the week. It was that good. So yeah, come pick it up. Next is Black Cat number 9, and this is McKay, Anka, and Reber. And if you can't tell from the cut, well, who do you think is in play, Yogi?
Wolverine?
Probably Wolverine. And it makes sense because they're skipping off to Madripoor. And if you know anything about Wolverine, you know that that's pretty much his haunt. Him and Black Widow, that's where they hang out. Now, is it awesome? Yes. I laughed several times through it. The humor is so good on these comics. It never skips a beat. The action is great. The way the art is done is always brilliant. I have so little to complain about this, and I know I have so little because we have a lot of subs for Black Widow. A lot of people really, really love this book, and for good reason. It feels like it's just a comic that's reminiscent of the fun times of yesteryear, and I love it. I have nothing to complain about. So anyways, issue 9, come pick this up. It's great. Next is a book. I'm holding the one per comic shop copy, and that's the White Ranger, and I might be taking this home. I'm sorry. I really, really love this Power Ranger TMNT crossover. The last one, we found out that, well, The Shredder got a hold of the Green Ranger coin, and we've got to deal with the Green Ranger Shredder. And of course, this is going to put us on the path to seeing the TMNT dressed as power, or using Power Ranger abilities. We know it's going to happen. Everybody knows it's going to happen. So you need to come pick up this book. Is that in this issue? I can't spoil nothing for you. What I will tell you is that one of my favorite characters, a certain hockey mask, I guess, I don't know, insult comic, trades jabs often with Raph and goes back and forth. He's in this issue, and I'm so happy to see him in this. I was hoping they weren't going to leave him out of it, and he's in here. So there's so much good in this. Come pick it up. It's great. The art is amazing. I don't know why you wouldn't read it. Next is DC Universe 80-page giant Crimes of Passion. Now, keep in mind, there are other books that are $4.99 giants that we do have on the shelf, and they're good. I very rarely have little to complain about. This is the February issue, so the Valentine's Day issue, so everything's going to have a little bit of love thrown in there. And this one, honestly, was the best one I've read so far of all the giants. I had an amazing time. I meant to just read one story and sort of gloss through the rest, and I sat down and read the whole thing. And we need to discuss some things. There's a character in this story that has a checkered past that I don't like. I don't like his past. And that character, if you don't know this character, I wouldn't be surprised. Not everyone knows him, but it's the character called Pied Piper. Now, Pied Piper was known for a few things. He was the first openly gay character in comics, but he was also a villain, which never really sat well with me at the time. And then on top of that, he was a character that was originally deaf, and when he got his superpowers and figured out he could, control people by playing the flute and stuff, it cured his deafness, which to me is offensive on a lot of levels. And they've never fully addressed how crappy that is. But, okay. Setting that aside, does the character redeem himself? Yes, he does. It 100% does. It is a touching story. It is totally a villain facing his checkered past and coming to terms that he's not the same person he used to be. And it was touching. I actually wanted to know more about the character. And the fact that a writer can do that and push it to the next level and make you see past your previous transgressions with a particular character says a lot for the writer. And I really wish I knew who wrote it. That was amazing. But there's a lot of people that contribute to these books. Anyways, so Crimes of Passion, as funny as the cover is with Nightwing and Catwoman having a jaunt, it's an awesome book. I had a great time. It's $10. Yeah, you're paying almost a trade paperback fee, but you're getting a trade paperback size book, and it's great. There's nothing to complain about. Next is Ant-Man #1, and this is Zeb Wells, Dylan Burnett, and Mike Spicer, and oh my gosh, everything I wanted in an Ant-Man book. So, okay, keep in mind, I love Ant-Man as a character, but I like Stinger as a character too, and I like the how they go back and forth, because if you don't know, it's father and daughter, and they're really hysterical with each other. That's the kind of stuff I wanted out of this book, and more importantly, it's a throwback to the Ant-Man we know. He's talking to insects. It's not the MCU where he's just sort of like controlling them and stuff. No, he has full-blown conversations with insects, and he deals with quite a lot, and that's pretty much his jam. On top of that, he can't find an apartment. Apartments are too expensive, so where does he live?
With the ants?
With the ants!
Yeah.
So, yes, it's everything I wanted in an Ant-Man book. The comedy is there. It's great. The father-daughter energy is there. It's perfect. So, Ant-Man #1, come pick this up. It's a good read. Next is Conan, Battle for the Serpent Crown. Now, hang on a minute. How do you think this book opens?
Blood God?
You think it's a blood god, right?
Yeah.
But, no, it's more like, we were near Hyperborea?
When the drugs started kicking in?
Yeah. On the edge of the desert. When Crom began to take hold. it's so Hyboria. That's the name of it. I couldn't get it right. It's It's good. He sort of struts into Vegas, and people are like, "Oh, he must work on a show." It's so good. More importantly, there's a character in this named Nyla, and Nyla is the name of my stepdaughter, and who I haven't seen in a little bit, and I kind of really miss. But she's also a character that I use. I took her name and put it in my book as a character, and it wasn't a popular name. And then I met another Nyla not too long ago, and I keep seeing Nylas pop up on Facebook. And to find somebody using the name Nyla in this book was awesome. So it was really kind of. Granted, I was a little more touched by that, so my review might be a little jaded. But this is the Conan we know, and what they're doing with Conan in Marvel is fish out of water story. You know, he's trying to get to the bottom of it. He's trying to hunt Kulan Gath. Meanwhile, he's sort of got to get money and make ends work in this new world. So I loved it. I had a great time with it. It's just awesome writing right here. So anyways, this is Ahmed Ross Woodward. It's a fun time. The art is amazing. It's actually better than a lot of the Conan books. I was really impressed with the art on this book. So yeah, come pick it up. Next is Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity, and they expanded this book to 12 issues. Like, I thought it was only supposed to be 3. This is a 12-issue thing. Now, the things it does right is I like the fact that Harley is not just a psych, but she's sort of a forensic scientist, I guess you could say. A psych scientist, but also deals with the dirty serial killer aspect of everything. So that's pretty cool, and it seems like she's tracking the Joker and stuff he's doing and stuff like that. The thing I don't like about this book is the Joker is the worst kind of pretty boy Joker they could have painted him as. I hate it. I can't stand his look. It doesn't feel to me like he's necessarily doing these crimes, but it's telling his past, which is it's a crappy past. I agree, but it doesn't make me identify with this character much, which is it's a problem for me. So I'm not having the best time with Joker Harley. I like the other Harleen, and I like the Jeff Lemire Joker. What's it called? Joker.
I think it's just Joker.
It's Joker something. Fractured Psyche or
Killer Smile.
Killer Smile. Joker Killer Smile. That one I kind of like. Excuse me for clearing my throat. The art. I will say the art is really, really good, and it's very trippy, and the story is deliciously creepy. I like that sort of stuff. I can't really get into this Joker. It's not my jam. So if you're on board with this, which a lot of people seem to be, keep going. It should get better. It's just not. I'm not feeling it. Yeah, sorry. So next is Miss Marvel, the magnificent Miss Marvel. It's been a minute since we checked in with her.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Saladin Ahmed, Minky Jung, Juan Valesco, and Ian Herring. And this is, well, it's great. Miss Marvel had a new suit. It was upgraded. It was made from Kree-Tech. And I think Tony Stark had a hand in it at one point. But that suit has malfunctioned and tried to kill her and drown her and electrocute her all at the same time. So yeah, you can tell from this cover she's sort of going back to her roots with her older suit. And, she's belting out. Meanwhile, guess who is saving her dad? Saving her dad's life. Who do you think? A certain surgeon who has come out of... He's gotten his hands fixed.
A Surgeon Supreme?
A certain Surgeon Supreme.
Oh, wow.
So it's awesome. There's never anything to complain about Miss Marvel. You know what you're getting. You're getting a younger hero, and there's going to be a lot of action, and she's really funny. I love everything about Kamala Khan. So yeah, that's what you get. It's a great story. The art is always good. There's nothing to complain about with this run. Really, really nothing. So yeah, come pick it up. Next is Justice League Odyssey, and this is Abnett, Richards, and Burrito. And well, they've come a long way. We've dealt with the Odyssey the Justice League being ripped apart, and some of them becoming Darkseid's new apocalypse gods. And then they've had to be dealing with other new gods and sort of team up with new people, including Dexstar, the Red Lantern cat. They've come a long way. But what they do with this is really cool. They're doing a very Back to the Future-esque thing involving Epoch, the Lord of Time, who is stuck in multiple times, so he's sort of helping them and sort of hampering them and confusing them, and it's good. It very much feels like a Back to the Future event. At one point, some of the characters meet themselves, which is very, Bill and Ted.
Hey, Bill. What's up, Bill?
So I want to know where they're going with this. The writing has just been so fun, and it's just keeping it going with this. So I'm having the best time. Justice League Odyssey 8, come pick it up. 18, not 8. Next is Usagi Yojimbo, issue number 8. And what I can tell you about this is Usagi, he doesn't really go to the Northern Lands very often, because that's the lands where he lived his life. He lost his lord there in a great battle. On top of that, he's got an ex who has had a kid with one of his close friends that actually is hinted at that might be Usagi's kid. So he's got a lot of baggage there. So when he goes back there, it tends to get kind of fun and unexpected. And this is no different. He sort of teams up in this one with the Disgraced Ninja, which, if you know her, she's kind of a fan favorite character that comes from the Neko Ninja clan. And they tend to be bad news. The Cat clan tends to be really bad news because they team with the lord that actually betrayed and killed Usagi's lord. So there is a lot to unpack from this issue. It's a great issue. Stan Sakai has really once again hit his stride, and I want to know so much more about it. More importantly, they're doing these issues in full color, which is just amazing to see, and they're going back over the old Usagis with full color issues too. So so much fun to unpack with this new run. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have it. Issue number 8. It's part 1 of 2. Come pick it up. Next is Batman 88, and this is Tinian the Fourth, March Mori, and this involves, Batman is dealing with a bunch of assassins who have been dropped in Gotham, but he's coming to terms that, it might be a ruse to distract him, because some of the old players had some kind of plan that they started enacting, I think it said 20 years ago, or 10 years back, or some amount of time back. And one of those people was Catwoman. So that's put her in kind of an odd position. And then the Riddler is back in play, but the Riddler is something to see. He's not his old self at all, because remember, he gave up during the Year of the Villain. Right. Lex denied him because he said, "You're campy." Yeah. And Riddler kind of gave it up. And he's doing something else. He's like the opposite of Oracle. Every scene they show him, he's like pretty much naked in a room full of monitors, and they say he hasn't slept in weeks because he's been doing something he probably shouldn't. And he seems to be like a hive mind master. Like he knows all this stuff, this tech, and he's throwing out all this, directing all this stuff. And it's not normal Riddler. He's much more ruthless. And I want to know so much more. So yeah, Tinian the Fourth is going crazy with this storyline. More importantly, we're seeing things we've never seen from Batman in this issue as far as gadgets are concerned. Tinian the Fourth is completely gadget and vehicle-centric in his storytelling, and it's really cool. Like, what would you be blown away if, like, Batman had a gadget that he could pull out of his back pocket, slap on a car, and suddenly, like, sort of change it into a Batmobile? At least something that sort of resembles it, but doesn't have armor. Yeah, he's got a Batmobile in his pocket in this issue. It's awesome. So and he seems to do it with every issue. There's always some kind of cool tech. So really, you need to see this. It's amazing. We'll have it on our shelves, so come pick it up. Next is X-Men Fantastic Four, and my God, this book is amazing. Because, a couple things. We know Franklin Richards, from the beginning of the Fantastic Four line, he was powered down. He was losing power. And the reason being because they were rolling around making universes. Him and Molecule Man, which still hasn't reappeared, has he? No. He just got blicked. Yeah. How do you kill an Omega-level character like that? And it's wild. So anyways, we know that the island nation of mutants, Krakoa, has risen, and that mutants are allowed on the island, welcomed on the island, and encouraged to go to the island through the portals. Meanwhile, that sort of puts the Fantastic Four in an odd spot because Franklin Richards is actually an Omega-level mutant. So, yeah, that's a problem. So the nation of Krakoa sees him suffering with his power, losing his powers, and what do they try to do? Go and help him? Maybe recruit him? Maybe. And, that's not going to sit well with the Fantastic Four. Meanwhile, Franklin is a rebellious teen, so, if you push one way, he might just go the other way. So this is awesome. We didn't think this was going to be that big of a deal, and I think we need to go back and order some more number 2s. But this was amazing. Like, honestly, it might actually be my pick of the week, too. This was really, really good. This is Zdarsky, Dodson, and Martin. Awesome showing. The art is amazing. The storyline was geniusly written. I want to know so much more, so come pick this up. Best of all, Kate Pryde is in it. Kate Pryde? Yeah. Next is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, issue number 12, Hellmouth. And so there has been so much going on. I mean, this is the typical Buffy cast, but they're sort of scattered about. Their roles have changed. They're doing new things. Xander's infected by a vampire, but still has part of a soul. Anya is already running the magic shop at the very beginning of the story. There's new players in place. There's a Buffy, not a Buffy, but one of the Slayers that comes way later in the story normally, like season 6, I think it is, she shows up. She's already in this. So there is a lot to unpack, and this issue itself might actually have a really, not might, if I say might, you know it is, but it's going to have a really big sacrifice in it, and it was touching. The art is, I liked this art, but at times I've noticed the artist draws eyes really far apart, and it looks okay on the vampires, but it looks really weird on the humans, so I can't unsee it now either. So while I like most of the art, I'm struggling with what I've just noticed. And I probably ruined it for you too, I'm sorry. But issue number 12, it's a good read. It's a really, really good read, so come pick it up. Next is Daredevil issue 17. This is Zdarsky, Fortes, Woodard, and this is Through Hell part 7. And, I wanted to like it. The art's pretty good. It's a little gritty at times. The storyline, it seems like they just keep touching this over and over again. Oh, Daredevil has given up a life of fighting crime. He doesn't want to go back to the mask. Somehow he's back in the mask. Complain about it. Talk to God. Rinse, repeat. And granted, I know that these are tropes that are tied to Daredevil often, but it seems like they keep doing it with this story, and it's starting to feel a little stale at times, which is why I was kind of hesitant to go back to it, because we've skipped it for a few weeks, and if you like it, come pick it up, but I think it's not my jam anymore, and I'm kind of sad to say that, but it is what it is. So, next is The Marked, and this is David Hine, Brian Haberlin, and Gerard Van Dyke. If you don't know The Marked, well, it's essentially wizards, but the wizards get their powers from magical tattoos, and the art is just to die for. I think the last time I was excited over a book with magic drawn in such a wicked way, it was Blackbird. So it's awesome. This art is some next level stuff. It looks so cool, and the magic touches a bit on like the Nazi occult at times. It's a wild story, but the thing they've been building up towards is the government-sanctioned wizards going to fight the regular wizards and witches and stuff like that. Yeah, that happens in this. You're going to see a wicked fight with really awesome art. So, oh my God, there was so much awesomeness in this story. I loved everything about it. So anyways, Marked number 4 by Image is amazing. Come pick it up. Next is next is Spider-Verse. And this is issue number 5, Gage and Ferreria. I can never pronounce his name. SpiderMan Noir. And yes, I couldn't help it. I read the whole book with Nicolas Cage's voice. I just couldn't stop. It was hard. I just couldn't quit. And if you don't remember, and I wouldn't blame you if you did, the beginning of Spider-Geddon, he dies like right away. Like Spider-Man Noir gets blicked by the Inheritors. And they touch on that. How does he come back? Well, he comes back the same way Spider-Man sort of regened in the Straczynski novel, which if you know what that is, that's what happens. And I liked it. It seemed proper. It was just a really, really fun romp. So what do you get in this? You get a nice detective story. They're hunting an artifact, an ancient spider artifact that might help repair the web of life. So Miles shows up to help hunt for it. And yes, they drop Raiders of the Lost Ark references left and right. And they're fighting someone that Indy fights quite often in Raiders of the Lost Ark that fits SpiderMan Noir's world. So it's awesome. It's a great read. There's nothing to complain about. The art was so good. Really, really good. This is exactly how you want this kind of book to be. So, yeah, we'll have it on our shelves. Come pick it up.
Is it a black and white deal or color?
It's black and white, but they throw color in where it matters. The color is used to either... It's basically a lot of red.
I like that.
Which goes good with Miles, because Miles is black and red. And, you know, you can also use red to really represent evil, and it fits. It fits. Everything else is black and white, but then there's just that evil that sticks out.
Black and red evil from Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
What could it be?
What? Oh, I wonder. Next is Star Wars Darth Vader, issue number 1. This is Greg Pak, Ianco, and Menon, and Sad Face. This one's kind of damaged, but that's why we reviewed with this. What I will tell you is this takes place at the exact same time the Star Wars comic on the shelf, the mainline, takes place, and that's in between Empire and Jedi, directly after. And we have stuff we haven't seen before. Vader is sort of piecing together what happened to his child all those years. And meanwhile, somebody completely unexpected, mind-blowingly unexpected shows up, and you just got to pick it up. It was awesome. We get a new droid who is a jerk, and that's my favorite kind of droids. So, yeah, there is a lot of awesome out of this. You really need to come pick it up. In fact, I'm going to call it. This is our pull of the week. So, yeah, come pick this up. It was awesome. If you're a Star Wars fan, you will not be disappointed by this. Next is Swordmaster. Oh, this is our go and no-go list. So these are going to be our fast ones. I tell you either go, no-go, and reasons. Swordmaster, go. They're fleshing out his story a little bit more, and I want to know more about this character. It's been pretty fun. It's very manga. The Magicians, go. This was awesome. They finally explained what was going on and fleshed out a lot of it, and I just love everything they're doing with the story. Justice League 40. Well, it's not Snyder writing it right now. It's Venditti, and it shows. I don't know. Do you like the Metropolis kid, the Eradicator? I don't really care for the Eradicator. He's the big bad. If you like it, come pick it up. Young Justice. This is Warworld with Warlord. Not Warworld. This is Warlord. It's crossed over with that. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I don't really care for it. It was so-so. As far as the Young Justice books are concerned, it was not my favorite. So, on the fence. Next is Captain America, The End. Go. 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 It was awesome. It was touching. It was very, very over-the-top patriotic. That's all I'm going to say. So it's very Cap. Go. Next is Predator Hunters 3. We've seen 3 of these. Well, here, I'm going to word it like this. Don't you hate it when you're smuggling a bunch of drugs and the Predator interrupts? Yeah, go. Go. It's not the best reason for it. It's funny.
It's a reason.
It's good. Go.
All right.
Dark Agnes, number 1. I wanted to like this. The art didn't quite do it for me. At times it felt a little weird. And it's very, I don't know, swashbuckly. If you like that sort of thing. I think if you're a Zorro fan, you might be at home with this. It's just, it wasn't my jam for some reason. I couldn't figure it out. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, go. Go, 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 go. This was an awesome issue. A lot of fun, kind of touching. Go. Doctor Doom, issue 5. Go. Oh my God, go. There's been nothing to complain about this run, but it's getting awesome. Go. Savage Avengers 0. Well, it's funny, but it's got a lot of old style art in it. So I'm kind of on the fence. Only go if you like older comics. If you prefer the modern styles, no go. So, yeah. Marauders, issue number 7. Go. I never complain about Marauders. I'm probably not going to start now. Granted, Kitty Pryde suffered a pretty pirate death, we think, last issue. So she's not in this issue, but it was still really, really fun. I laughed and had a good time. Go. My go and no-goes were a bit long. Sorry.
That's okay.
But did I no-go anything? Yeah, I no-goed like one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fair.
Swashbuckler.
Yeah, it wasn't really my jam. Okay. I'm grabbing this one. 216. I'm gonna dig deep.
Ow, Ivy.
Ow, Ivy. You want a poster. 292. Oh, don't be another 2.
Ryan Giller.
Watch, we're gonna get 3 200s this time. 14.
No, wow.
Wow.
Double digit. Robbie Warner.
Robbie Warner, you want a poster.
All right.
Yeah, and that's our show for this week. So, yeah. Come hit us up. And, oh, yeah, if you have suggestions for new YouTube videos or anything you want us to review or anything you want to see, let us know. And that's it.